do these about 3 times a year. So if anyone ever has any topic information they would like to share with us that we could cover, please shoot that my way. But I'm Connie Harris with EmployIndy. I'm a senior business development manager. And you can go ahead and switch the slide, Rachel. A little bit about EmployIndy. We are the Marion County Workforce Board. So we work with both job candidates and companies. The BP team, which is business partnerships role, is really to work with businesses to find out what their needs are, connect them to untapped talents, create pipelines, make sure that they're aware of, any funding opportunities that are out there, and just be a connector and somewhere to get some additional knowledge. So if I haven't met with some of the people that are on here, reach out. I'd love to spend 30 minutes with you and kind of find out what your needs are. But today, this is the first virtual lunch and learn that we have done that focuses on a sector. So we've got 3 speakers today, and we are going to start with Adam Parrish, who is with Area 31 Career Coach. And if any of you don't know where Area 31 is, it is part of the Wayne Township school system on the west side. Many of the school systems have these CTE programs and career centers. So even if you're not on the west side, we could connect you with Warren or Pike or Lawrence or those kind of things. But we felt like this would be a good opportunity for you to realize that some of the younger people in high schools are getting exposed to training, and Adam can share with us what they can do when they graduate, or how far ahead of they are of their counterparts if they then go on to pursue other certifications or degrees. So, Adam, take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Connie, for that introduction. Jeff, thank you for the round of applause. Hello, everyone. My name is Adam Parrish. I'm the career coach here at Area 31 Career Center. I have the privilege to serve as the career coach. So my job is to go around to all of our sending schools, work with those students to help them figure out what they are interested in. And then when they come to our center, really help them connect their learning to industry. So whatever they want to do after high school, whether it's enroll in college, enlist in the armed forces, or secure employment, my job is to really connect them to them. So Area 31, we serve 11 different school districts here on the west side of Indianapolis, 3 of which are in Marion County: Wayne Township, Decatur Township, and Speedway High School. So that we're going to focus on manufacturing today. Connie, do I need to pull up my own slides?
Yeah, if you could.
Okay.
If not, okay.
Yeah, no problem. So let me see. So usually our work-based learning coordinator takes care of this, but he is out today, so I'm stepping in for him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share his slideshow, so that way you can see our manufacturing programs. We have 2 manufacturing programs here at Area 31. And the first is our Integrated Mechanics program. This is a partnership with Vincennes University. They sponsor this program. They pay for the equipment and provide the courses for our students. So in this program, it is hands-on training in the electrical, mechanical, robotics, and automation systems. Students take up to 19 college credits. So these are juniors and seniors in high school taking college-level courses to prepare them for that next step. So students in the Integrated Mechanics program are your industrial maintenance technicians. They're the ones who will fix all of the things that will break in your facility. So our students work alongside, both in the classroom with an instructor who's been in industry for well over 20 years. But then they have the opportunity their senior year to go out and work in industry, to get that real life experience, working side by side with industry partners, which is one of the most amazing things about this program. Students are seeing what's happening on the job site day to day, so they really get a good understanding of what it takes to become a skilled industrial maintenance technician. So in this program, students will leave with certifications. They earn their NIMS and NC3 different certifications through there. Students also have the opportunity to compete in Skills USA. It's called the Career and Technical Student Organization. We have multiple here at Area 31, but the one that Integrated Mechanics students get to participate in is Skills USA. This is where they're competing against students across the state in different competitions. So for ours, it's usually mechatronics is the competition our students compete in. Again, competing with students across the state. Last year we had a national competitor, so the student earned first in the state, went on to compete in nationals. He ended up in the top 5 across the country. So we have some really incredible students here at Area 31, a lot of untapped potential. So integrated mechanics, industrial maintenance technicians, they're the ones who are going to be fixing everything. Next up, we have our digital integrated manufacturing program. Very similar to our integrated mechanics, but DIM is focused on the automation, the programming side of things. So in this program, in many of our programs, students earn their OSHA 10 safety training. They spend a lot of time on robotics, theory and programming. They have FANUC robots. They have some cobots through a partnership with Vincennes, and the class is based on electrical systems. They have these really incredible trainers that our students get to practice on here in the classroom, so that way they don't go into industry and mess something up and cost thousands and thousands of dollars. They get that training here in the classroom first to really get comfortable, to build that firm understanding of how things work, so that way they don't mess it up once they go into industry. This program also focuses on lean manufacturing. Some of the certifications that they earn are SACA, both silver and gold certifications. Again, these are juniors, seniors in high school earning these certifications that people in industry much older than them are earning. So we're just really providing students a leg up before they go out, before they're 19, 20 years old, to earn those more than entry-level positions. And then this program is sponsored by Ivy Tech Community College. Students earn 3 college credits per semester, so they have the opportunity to earn up to 12 college credits through the Digital Integrated Manufacturing Program. So that is just to highlight 2 of our programs that are really amazing in preparing students for life in manufacturing. The biggest thing is we struggle with finding partners for those programs who are willing to take in some of the young people to really bring them alongside, to learn, to mentor. So that is something that we're actively working toward, just to get our students that connection between secondary and post-secondary, whether that's at the college level, going into the armed forces, or directly into employment.
Some of you may have received emails from me because Scott Bora, is who I work with, who Adam mentioned that's out today, and he'll often reach out to me and say, "Do you know of anybody that would take on a welder for a couple of hours in the afternoon because they need this work-based learning to continue on with their program?" So I just kind of wanted to clarify because some of you hear from me a lot when I'm reaching out. But Adam, do they start their work-based learning requirements or needs in their junior year?
So no, junior year, they spend all their time here in the classroom, really getting that foundation. So that way their senior year, they'll be prepared to enter that work-based learning experience.
So how do you normally work it? Are the kids getting out like earlier in the afternoon so then they can go then to a company and work in the afternoons?
Yeah, so Area 31 programming is split AM and PM in 3-hour chunks. So depending on industry's need, students can be AM work-based learning or PM. We schedule that near the end of the day, so that way if they want to continue working, they can. If they want to work maybe from noon to 5 or noon to 6, they can. There's that flexibility there. It's very customizable to really meet the needs of industry. We have some students in like our pre-nursing program who are CNAs working in a long-term care facility. Well, it only works in the morning. That's the only time they're available. And there are some partners who have that need to schedule a student from 7 a.m. to 10. So there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of customization. It's just what works best for the student schedule.
Some pushback I get from companies is that age requirement. So a lot of these kids will be 18 since it's their senior year. And I know that we've worked through it on other manufacturing floors because we have our modern apprenticeship program and we have placed students. So there is a way to work around that. Um, so I just wanted to make sure that people understood that. Then two things I wanted to follow up. You have a career fair every year for this program, correct?
We do. So Area 31, we have our Fall Partnership Day event. It is our largest event of the year. It's usually in September. Last year we had over 120 partners come out, and it's basically like if your career fair setup. It's outdoors. It's a great time. And then in the spring, we've typically hosted another career fair, but this year we're going to do something a little different. We're going to create a Students First conference. So we're inviting industry partners to come in, pick a time that works in their schedule, maybe an hour. Maybe you want to present in the morning or just the afternoon. So a little flexibility to present on their passions, what they're interested in, to maybe make it a little more impactful than just a career fair where students are walking around. They may stop at your table, they may not. So we're thinking that this might be more impactful. So still working out the details for that, but we should be sending out invitations here shortly.
Adam, can you put your contact information in the chat? So if any of these
Absolutely.
people would like to follow up with you to see how they can get involved, they'll be able to do that. And just a reminder that we are recording this, so we'll send it out because we've got several people that haven't jumped on yet. But you'll have this information. So we're going to wait for questions. If anybody has questions to make sure we can get through all of our speakers. Sorry, I feel like I'm rushing everyone, but Adam, thank you so much.
No problem.
I think that this is stuff that every company I meet with is looking for maintenance technicians. So it really is everyone I walk into. And so this is a good idea, a place for them to get people that are young, fired up to work. Because that's another thing I get. People don't want to work, and they want to work in the industry they just went to school in. So maybe they can get them, they're a step ahead of everybody else, but then they can then train them on their own. So thank you so much, Adam. Okay, next, Kyle's up. Kyle Squallis is a senior industry advisor for Purdue MEP. I'm sure some of you guys know Kyle, but I will let him take over now.
Thanks, Connie. And I would just echo what Adam said and Connie. Is the number one thing we hear. We talk to a lot of companies each year, and maintenance talent is probably the number one need consistently. And it's great to have Area 31 here locally as a resource. So thank you for sharing that. And hopefully we can send some folks your way and some more participants from a company perspective. All right. So I am with the Purdue Manufacturing Extension Partnership, or MEP. I'm on the business development team, which consists of about 8 of us. And I cover the west part of Marion County, as well as 19 other counties in the central west part of the state. I've been with Purdue about 6.5 years. Before that, I was in a technology delivery role, working with a lot of automation assessments and trying to identify opportunities coming out of COVID for where companies could make up lost labor and efficiencies with more systems and technology. So Purdue has been the home for the MEP in Indiana. Every state has an MEP center. So for the last 20 years, Purdue has owned that, and we are historically one of the top 5 centers in the country. Makes sense. Indiana is the number 1 manufacturing state in the country by a lot per capita as far as our GDP goes, and we go statewide. So we are from Evansville to Angola and everywhere in between. We come to you, and we bring industry experts, and we meet you where you are. So both time and place. So that's what makes us unique, is that we have folks from industry, not professors necessarily. There's a different program for that. And then we will come to you and be as flexible as we can as far as scheduling too. So if you have a split shift you want to cover, early, late, occasionally we've done even Saturday deliveries occasionally. So that's kind of what makes us shine, as well as the expertise and experience that we bring people from industry. So these are some of the topics that we train and consult and host workshops on. A lot of these you'll recognize. The big 3 that are the most popular for us are soft skills and leadership, lean manufacturing principles, and quality. And quality can be quality standards as well as quality skills. So one story I'll share real quick as you look at this map of the nationwide network. We worked with a company here locally starting last year who is small, 15 employees, third generation owner, had one large aerospace company you would recognize. And all of a sudden, they said, hey, if you want to do any more work with us, you have to be ISO 9001 certified. And these guys were not close at all to doing that, despite having worked with them for years. So what they did was they called us, and we had one of our consultants there almost on a monthly basis, working hand in hand with them on their processes and documentation, also touching on some lean best practices just to get the shop in better shape. Fast forward to a year later, they are now not only 9001 certified, they have been certified with their customers' quality management system, and now pursuing the aerospace standard AS9100. And that's been an ROI of 20x or more based on the returns they got, not only in retaining that customer, but also now being able to go after new business with the Department of Defense and their prime net supply network. So just one quick example of how we come to you and can really drive business impact. Employee training is still probably the number one thing we're known for. We do that in two ways, on site at your facility or publicly. Both can be live online or live and in person. The second way is project consulting. So working on the business rather than in the business. If you've heard that phrase, a lot of the ownership management just don't have time sometimes, and projects and initiatives get put on the back burner. This is where we can come in and hold people accountable, get on a regular schedule, consult as needed, and then get out of there and give them a plan to move forward without our assistance. So we typically come in on a project basis, a short number of days. Sometimes it's like the example I gave you, which is, a years long process, and anywhere in between as much as you need us. Business solutions. So we have an annual showcase, which happens to be tomorrow. We vet third parties that bring value to organizations, be it in energy management, tax abatements, cost segregation. These folks specialize in maybe a particular niche like risk management that we don't have on staff. So we have about a dozen to 15 consultants we work with regularly, and then we have another, I would say, 10 to 15 companies that we connect our clients with on a regular basis. So that's kind of the three legs that I pitch to people as far as what we do. As far as scale, 500-600 companies every year that we touch as far as a workshop, a webinar, a project, an event. And it's a lot of workshops, 1,700 last year. So you can do the math. It's, upwards of 5 a day for business days. So we are busy. As I mentioned, we've been the MEP for the last 20 years. Historically, our ROI is around the 15-to-1 range for every dollar paid to us for our services. So we're a nonprofit. We're mission driven. We do have some funding that helps keep our costs manageable. Most of our services are for a fee, but there are some exceptions. We have worked with grants a lot in the past, especially, and continue to do so when those arise. Again, just some of our services: quality, lean leadership, Six Sigma. Shifting a bit to the maintenance side, these are some courses that we offer. So again, this is for primarily incumbent workers and established manufacturing companies. We've worked a little bit with students, but it's not really our core audience. So these are folks that may have a college degree, may not, but these courses will allow them to pursue continuing education credits and produce certificate of learning. And it can supplement internal company training that a company may already have, or they may just be starting from zero and say, look, can you guys come in and help us kind of map out? So they got people coming in with all kinds of different experiences, young people, industry veterans that just switched jobs, and everything in between, and they may not have a good pulse on what exactly their skill set is other than what they see on their resume. So these types of courses can be very valuable to the existing or promoting from within to maintenance, for example, which is unfortunately some of what the situation is for a lot of companies who just can't find the talent. Now they have to promote from within. On the leadership side, in gold there's just a couple of our more popular courses. These are half-day courses. Typically, our courses don't go in any smaller bites than 4 hours at a time. 4 to 8 hours typically, full day would be 8. Could be a one-off. It could be a series of courses over a 10-week period. And we'd like to do projects. So we do have a leadership frontline for new frontline supervisors, for example, that is 9 weeks long, and then the 10th week is the project presentation day. So we space it out enough to where there's 6 months, 9 training days. So it's every third week, give or take. And the people are highly encouraged to do a project at the company. Does a couple things, helps people apply the training in real time, because as we know, you forget a lot of things. You can't retain it if you're not practicing it, right? So we offer that coaching alongside the training. And then the other thing it does is it drives measurable impact at a company. So on the on the presentation day, when leadership is present, they can see, hey, what have these guys and gals been doing the last 6 months? And then they can present, this is what I'm working on. Could be a new 30-day onboarding program. It could be a cross-training matrix. From a soft skill side, a whole list of things that our instructors can help with. This is a pretty slick tool we use for people that are on the continuous improvement side. So your lean experts, mapping how things flow through the plant. You can also use it for transactional office communications and transactions. So this is value stream mapping. This is a modeling version using software to quickly iterate different scenarios, which is key right now in this climate, which with things changing daily, it seems like. This is a really slick tool for folks to use to get some good data and understand where their bottlenecks are and where the opportunities might be if they're expanding or if they need to pull back. There's some more courses on the HR side. Again, usually 4-hour increments. A few of these are 8 hours. Again, lean leadership quality, Six Sigma, live or in person. So on the workshop side, we typically choose the place, the time, and the topic. When we come to you, you obviously pick the topic, and scheduling is up to you. We try to be flexible so that it does, while it is a flat, higher fee necessarily to come on site versus the workshops being priced per person, you do get the benefits of you get to speak freely on your own site. You get to schedule when you want it, and then you can fill the class to capacity with your own people if you'd like. So we try to keep both of those options available for people. Just one testimonial here. We have a whole list of these on our website. Gentleman from Indris and Hauser on the south side, which is growing at a rapid rate. And then just a quick snapshot of what we've done in the last 20 years. This is actually closer to 9 billion now. It's just in the last year. So it's not nothing. It's a significant assist to the manufacturing industry, we like to think, and some big dollars there that we capture. And these are all actual inputted dollars from our clients to a neutral third party. So we don't have any input on these. So we can see the impact that we have. This is my information. I'll put it in the chat as well. Again, we're here to help. If you have any questions, please let me know. There's a lot that we can offer, and I came from industry. I wish I would have known all that we'd offer at that time, just by having a conversation, which we're always happy to do. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Kyle. Really appreciate it. I think that's a lot of good information for everybody on here. Our next speaker is Marvin Smith. He's an adjunct faculty member for the Ivy Tech Community College. And Marvin, are you prepared to share your screen?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. And you can get started when you're ready.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you all for joining. Martin Smith. I am an adjunct faculty member for the community college, and also in my full-time role, I am an IT employer consultant. Uh, and I'm going to be talking today more so to the employers in the room after you have your employees hired. Thank you, Adam and Kyle, for being amazing partners of Ivy Tech, Area 31 in Purdue, especially the Kyle Boiler Up, where we got the undergraduate degree from. Right, looks like it's working now. So talking about the skills training that we offer at Ivy Tech, Career Link is where all of our skills training is housed at. Very similar to some of the things that you've heard before, just a little bit of information about Ivy Tech. Just in case you don't know, we are Indiana's single accredited largest college in the country. We're the most affordable college in the country as well. If you want to be able to come back and get your associate degree, technical certification, or specialized certification, anything manufacturing, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Industry relevant career. Just in case you move outside of Indy, we have 19 campuses, 45 locations. Our employer partner database is over 2,500 employer partners, and we are constantly looking to add more so we can be more service to our students. At our Indianapolis campus, which is where I am at, which is downtown Indianapolis, Marion County, we are familiar with that. We also service the Lawrence Township and also Plainfield as well. Currently, my office is in the Lawrence Township building, but I am downtown very, very often. So what is Career Link? A term that you may hear that you may not know exactly what it is. Career Link is Ivy Tech's statewide approach to be able to have transformational career coaching for all of our students to help them get employability skills, some of the things that Kyle and Adam both talked about before, which is those soft skills that you need to be able to get hired on the job and be able to do your interview and things like that. And also expanding employer engagement, which is where I come in, being an employer consultant. That's one-on-one training and coaching and being able to figure out exactly what you need to be able to upskill your current workforce. For the employers, we align experiences to expose the workforce needs. From your current workforce, what is it that your workforce is currently lacking? Or if it's not lacking, how do you want to upskill your current workforce to be able to meet the needs and the goals and your revenue goals for what your company has? We work alongside the employers to prepare incumbent workers for robust skills training to succeed in high wage, high demand careers. Everything that we offer at Ivy Tech, we're able to cookie cut, customize, and offer to the employees through customized training or through certifications as well. So why choose CareerLink? CareerLink, we have created a renewed focus for human capital that will empower our communities to thrive. Whenever our communities thrive, our city thrives. When our city thrives, our state thrives. All right, so just having greater economic stability, higher wages, a diverse talent base to retain human capital increases quality of life and improvement of infrastructure, and it just makes everyone happy. These are some of our partners around the state. We are Indiana's DWD. We are Department of Development. We are their biggest contributor as far as with workforce development and to be able to getting students and employees ready for the workforce. Just a little bit about what CareerLink is. Our executive director name is Matthew Empink. There's two other employer consultants besides me, which is Monica Peterson and Lee Nave. They have different contracts. We do a divide and conquer for the city of Indianapolis to make sure that we can have the one-on-one customized training that all of our employers want and need. Our focus is to improve student opportunities and improve talent engagement and community engagement, and also just to grow Indiana. What we're all here for today is for the advanced manufacturing training. So as I say, we offer a robust training offering that we can customize. I listed some of our major ones that we have. So this is our Skills Boss Trainer, our PLC level 1 and level 2 robotic certification, smart digital manufacturing, offer welding certifications if you have current employees that don't have any welding experience whatsoever at all, we can design an intro welding class for them without some of the academic stuff that's inside of the class, but to be able to meet the needs of your manufacturing facility. Electronics is super big as well. Smart Automation Certification Alliance is one of our certifications that's really been taken off these last couple of years. Its focuses with the electrical systems, electrical motors, program systems, pneumatic systems, mechanical systems, and of course, robotic operators and systems as well. Just a few more certifications that we have that a lot of the employers have been asking for to be able to design, to be able to train for the employees is the MSSC certification, and of course the MSc CN operator that empowers students and employees to be able to learn the basis of a CNC operating to prepare them for level 1 operator certification exam. Inside of the businesses, depending on what type of business you are, we have training that we can offer to all of our employers. Very similar to what was said before, our lean process is super important to all manufacturers. You want to be able to get the highest rate of revenue, yellow, white, green belt, and yellow, white, and green Six Sigma certification. Microsoft Office is a huge training that's been we've been offering. We can do it as a Microsoft Suites to either to be able to get the certification, or we can break each one of them down if you just want to be able to train your employees on some of the basic Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint and Outlook functions. Project management is something that has been jumping off with a lot of requests. Also, conversational and workplace Spanish is one of our trainings. We've been offering that just about 2 or 3 times a semester throughout the year for different industries. If you have different languages and different language barriers inside of your manufacturing facility, we can customize that to be able to help your leadership to be able to learn the language, or also help your employees to be able to learn English as well. We have ESL classes that we can also offer. For some of your managers and some of your leadership, just a little bit of the breakdown of some of the leadership training series that we have is foundational leadership style, emotional intelligence is super important when you start mixing all the different generations and things like that we have currently working in the workforce with the 3 to 4 different generations that we have. Communication that's one of our most requested classes. Effective communication, understanding communication styles. The younger generation likes to use more informal ways of communicating, texting, and things like that, to teach them how to be able to send emails and speak in a professional manner. Something that we talk about: managing people and performance, leading difficult people, de-escalating training, leading through change and challenges. Because as the workforce and the landscape always changes, also does the leadership and how leaders have to lead changes as well. So leading through conflict, stepping through change, productivity and results, customized assessments, developing emotional intelligence, establishing different models. OSHA super big. We all offer OSHA training. So depending on if you want us to be able to come to you, you come to us. I do believe we have a hybrid and an online version of the OSHA training. CPR and AED training, got to keep everyone safe as well. Our biggest thing that we do is with the Indiana Department of Workforce Development. So it is a training grant that you, the employer, can actually get for training your employee. You can get a grant to be able to upskill your current employees to help out with growing your talent as an employer. This grant helps Hoosier employers meet the workforce demands by reimbursing their training, hiring, retaining, growing new and current employees for demand. Employer training grant is available for across 6 different areas and 6 different sectors for up to $50,000 reimbursement for each employee. The employer training grant is available to 6 sectors: are manufacturing, agriculture, building and construction, health sciences, life science, IT, business services, transportation, and logistics. Just a little bit more information. What we all care about is these are some of the areas that you can use the Indiana Department of Workforce Development grant for some of these different titles. It does have to be what's called a 5 flame area, 4 or 5 flame area to be able to get this grant for your employees. And we can definitely answer some questions about that. And you can get some questions answered on the website that's provided at the bottom of the screen. But it's managing and supervising, engineering and technical skills, maintenance and repair, production and fabrication, logistics, equipment operations, quality inspection, sales and business operation, and laboratory services. Just a bunch of different areas where the state has money set aside to be able to help the employer invest in their current employees instead of looking to hire outside. Last slide, this is the contact information. You guys can take a picture of this slide, or we can also send it out as well. Like I said, we have a team that we use to tackle the city. Matt Impink is our Executive Director of Workforce Training and Employer Engagement. It's his information. Monica Lee and myself are the employer consultants. Environmental management, something I didn't talk too much about that, but that's who leads. Tracy leads a lot of our OSHA classes and a lot of the asbestos, air quality, things like that. So anything that has to do with the environmental management courses is you would reach out to Courtney about. That is what I have for everyone.
Thanks. Hey, Marvin, I have a couple things I wanted to see if you could touch base on. Could you just touch base quickly on the Lilly Scholarship for biopharmacy manufacturing?
Yes, absolutely. So that is a scholarship that we have from Lilly that is for biopharm. I wish I had that flyer in front of me. I don't have it, but it's definitely on our website. If you enroll in that program, which it covers 4 of our different programs, anything is biopharm that's listed as biopharm, that is completely covered. Lilly pays for the tuition, the training, and the books completely 100% with that. So that's a way to be able to have your employees enroll in school, and they will actually get a technical certification, or they could go on to get an associate degree. And also they can continue on to actually go to Purdue after they finish with Ivy Tech to get a bachelor's degree in that program as well.
And then another program, if you could touch base on, I think would be helpful. A lot of companies have tuition reimbursement programs, but in some cases, people don't have that $5,000 or $3,000 to pay up front. Isn't there some program, I forget the name of it, where I think the company vouches for the student, or somehow there's a agreement with the company, and so then the payment's not due until completion? Is that correct?
Yes, so we have a program like that in Katrina, that's also on our career link team. She leads that. Amazon is one of the biggest sponsors of that. If you work for the state of Indiana, they are one of the biggest sponsors. We have a bunch of employers. I think the last time I looked, it was over 100 companies in the Indianapolis area where we have a tuition agreement already worked out with the employer that if you enroll in school, it's called Achieve Your Degree is what the program is called. And through the Achieve Your Degree program, it's almost like you talk to an education consultant, and they take care of everything for you. They've already have everything worked out. All you have to do is register for the classes, and the Achieve Your Degree members will work with the employer to take care of your tuition and everything. So they pay for it up front for you, which is awesome. Thank you for asking that question.
No, because I know that's sometimes an issue, that they've got the tuition reimbursement, but the actual employee doesn't have that money that they can up. So I just want to make sure companies were aware of that. And then we had a question come through on the chat. Fiora asked, how many of the Lilly scholarships are available? Do you know?
Unlimited. Currently, that Lilly scholarship program is with Ivy Tech, Purdue, and I believe IU as well. Lilly needs, if you haven't driven through Park 100, if you drove through Park 100, you're going to see a lot of biopharma companies that are just popping up. I see a new one, seems like 2 or 3 every month that I'm trying to reach out to be able to form a relationship with. The landscape is huge. And also Lilly is building that new manufacturing facility in Lebanon that has to be staffed. Currently, one of our trainings that we do with Lilly, we just finished our 3rd class of 20 to 30 students And we're doing 2 to 3 a semester to be able to train up enough staff for whenever it gets completed. So Lily needs, it's a lot. I don't know exactly how many are allowed, but it's a lot.
Okay. And then another question is if these employers were interested in getting, maybe they don't have, they're not going to put somebody through school, but they're interested in hiring some of the people that are not connected with the company that are getting these manufacturing certificates and maintenance tech training. What's the best way to go about that? Do you have opportunities for businesses to come in and talk to these students, or are you looking for work-based learning opportunities so they can, be top of mind of these with these students when they graduate? Could you maybe expand on that a little bit?
On the above. So it is a different option. So we have what's called a workforce training grant that is with the state of Indiana, the DWD. If the student wants to do it on their own by themselves, they can use the workforce training grant side of it, which is scholarship dollars. Just about anything using your hands is covered through our workforce training grant. It, any everything in our School of Manufacturing is covered. School of Health Science is covered. School of Business is covered. School of IT is covered. School of Education, they just added a few more programs on there. That's the student one-on-one side. Of course, that you do have to fill out your financial aid and be financial aid eligible for that. And then the other side is the customized training that we do is with to be able to help the employers out. If the employers want to contact one of the employer consultants to be able to look and see, does this certain skill set qualify for the workforce training dollars, then we could definitely help walk them through that as well. That answer your question?
Um, for the manufacturing, if they wanted to follow up with someone, who would be the appropriate person?
Any one of the employer consultants. Myself,
Okay.
I put my contact information
Yeah. Okay. I just want,
inside of the
okay.
chat. Yeah, I put my contact information, and then I would help get it to the correct person for the employer or student.
Okay, okay. And Adam put in the chat too that they are always looking for employers to engage with their students through career talks. I'm sure you want experience, work-based learning opportunities and all those kind of things. So I think as talent is tight in the manufacturing, we've got to look outside the box and you either need to train your great employees that you already have or get engaged with these training providers so you can get exposure to these students that are going to come out with some knowledge. We've got a couple more slides with you, and then I'm going to open up for question and answers or questions. Rachel, can you? This is information on the Power Up Indiana program, which is the new, it's replacing Next Level Job Training Grants. And there's a QR code at the bottom, so you can go or we have the website listed on there. But basically, it is to reimburse you for training, which, like Marvin was mentioning to you, there are some requirements. The income requirement is, I believe, $23.50 your employee has to be making. And then the training, there isn't, it used to be 40 hours. There's really not, if I'm correct, there is not a time on there. It also is retroactive to if you trained anyone from July 1st, you can put them in your training grant. And you can be reimbursed up to $5,000 an employee, total max of 50,000. But the caveat is they've got to be making $23.50 to start the training, and they must receive a 25% pay raise. So that has self-eliminated some of the companies that have taken advantage of next level job training grants in the past, but I wanted to make sure that you had this information. You can always follow up with me and we can get into the nitty gritty, or you can go onto the website and get more information. So that's how in the past, the next level job training grants is how a lot of companies have applied for that to, get reimbursed for training and upskilling their workforce, and that might be through MEP or Ivy Tech or other institutions. And the next slide. I wanted to just share with you on this. This is, I just got this information here. I'm not going to spend much time on this slide, but can you go to the next slide? there is a program that's nationwide called FAME, and in Indiana, the Central Indiana chapter is in FAME, and it is an employer-driven program. And I've got contact information at the bottom of the slide for the local people, and this mentions the companies that are participating in it now. But basically, what it is it works with students. Students apply for it, you interview and hire your student, and they go to Ivy Tech 3 days a week while they work in your facility 2 days a week, and you are paying them. And then they use that money then to pay for their school. Some companies go ahead and pay for the schooling in addition, but it's set up that while they're making their money those 2 days a week, they can pay that gives them enough money then to pay for their education. And they end up, it's a 2-year program, and it's a great way for them to learn and get that work-based learning experience. And they treat the school, you're the students that you have sponsored are considered like your employee. And so they have a uniform they wear to school. There's a point system like they have in the company when they go to school. They have to be there on time. They have to pay attention, all kinds of things. But they're having a lot of luck with this program. The pushback I've heard is that there is no tie-in at the end. So you could participate with this with the student, and they work for you for 2 years, and then they could choose not to work for you afterwards. But what these companies have told me is that if you have the right culture and you're mentoring this student, and most of them will then stay on with the company. I've heard in a few instances, companies have then paid in addition for the tuition, and that they have put some kind of a clause in there that then they'd have to work for them 2 years or owe that money back. So I just wanted to put this information on there, and the slide before that has what they will graduate with right here. And it doesn't have to be a large company. It can be a very small company. There is no fee to participate, but it does take someone dedicated to be the mentor and to attend meetings and go to career exposure events and things like that. So I just wanted to mention this in case some of you were not aware of this program. Okay, that is all we have. I hope you have found it helpful. If you have any questions, can you put them in the chat, or just come off and use your mic and answer a question, or ask a question, I'm sorry. Does anybody have placement rates for I mean, this wouldn't really apply to MEP, but Adam or Marvin, do you guys know, and maybe you don't know it off the top of your head, how many of your students get placed upon graduation with good and promising jobs in their career field?
I do not have that off the top of my
Okay.
head. I do know that we currently have 4 students who are from our digital integrated manufacturing program, and 5 from our integrated mechanics who are in a work-based learning experience right now.
Okay.
And typically what has happened once they do that work-based learning experience, they either love it or they hate it.
Okay.
I will say about 75% of the students end up staying with the company that they have done their work-based learning with. So there's some good retention there.
Okay, and I would encourage you, where you're located is, we need to find a career center near you. I work with a lot of West Side companies, and I know that those are the ones that are having the success with the Area 31 students, because the students can get there, they can get there quickly. Transportation is always an issue with lots of employees, not just those high school students. So if you're located on the east side, it makes more sense for us to focus and find you somebody that's going to be training people near your location. So I can definitely get you connected to the career centers throughout Indianapolis if that's something that you're interested in.
Definitely, Connie, to answer your question, I don't have the numbers in front of me. That's a different side of CareerLink. But we have 2 different avenues. We have what's called internships, and we have apprenticeships, which are 2 totally different things. And apprenticeship is what's similar to what you were talking about with the FAME program, where step 1 is you have to get hired with the employer. After you get hired with the employer, then you apply to Ivy Tech and you can enroll in the learning pathway. And while you're going through the learning pathway, you're actually getting paid. What I tell all students employers, everyone, if you can enroll in a apprenticeship, absolutely. I went to school. I didn't get paid for learning. Unfortunately, I wish I could have got paid for learning because I definitely would have enrolled in that plan. But the other side of it is internships, and that's the other side of our career coaching that I didn't really talk about too much because I'm more employer facing, but our career coaches that we have help the students get ready, very similar to what Adam was talking about for career fairs, mock interviews, for as you're going through school, whenever you get ready to graduate, making sure that you already have your resume, you got your LinkedIn updated. I actually encourage our students to get you an internship after that first semester, right? Because you have more experience than just a general person off the street. So that's something that we encourage our students to do a lot because a lot of our students are working, but they're not working in their actually field that they're going to school for. So that's the ask that Adam said earlier. All of us, more employer partners. Everyone wants a finished product. Everybody wants our students whenever they graduate. But whenever they graduate, you're competing against the entire city. The more that you engage with us at the beginning of the student journey, the more likelihood chance that you have of landing students and landing employees and landing quality employees. And definitely through the internship process, you get to interview the student as the student is interviewing you. That's some more information that you would like to connect with us, then we can definitely help you out with that. Or just come in to speak to some of the students during their academic journey is something that you can do as well. That we highly
I definitely agree with that. I think if you wait until they graduate, one, a lot of your shining stars have already been gobbled up by somebody. So definitely, if you are interested in these kind of things, get involved early. You can identify those students that you want to hire. And like Marvin said, it's the same thing. Everybody knows Lilly, but not everybody knows the manufacturing companies within Indianapolis. So you're building some brand awareness and hopefully some kind of a pipeline. I also wanted to mention, some of you probably already know this. You've got high school students or you pay attention to what's going on in education, but the Indiana high school diplomas are changing and they're going to be requiring more work-based learning hours for students to graduate. So some of you manufacturing companies might even be getting direct calls from the schools because they're going to be hustling around to do that. EmployIndy works with Indianapolis Public Schools, many of the township and charters, and oftentimes we're the intermediate. They'll call us and say, we need 10 companies to come in and do mock interviews for 2 hours, or we need someone to come in and talk about their industry in general, and then more specifically, what it is to work for at their company. And if you're interested in those opportunities, just reach out to me. We just have a form that you sign, and then that way we have a living document that we update all the volunteer opportunities as they come available. And then you just pick and choose one. Does it make sense with your side of town? Does it make, are you available at that time? So, that's just something to keep in mind because the schools are going to be really needing this. And it's a great way for you. I hate to say try before you buy, but internships are a really good way for you to decide if someone's going to work out and, that kind of thing. Are there any other questions? It's hard to have questions when you got people that talk so much. I apologize. I don't have my camera on. My computer decided to not work this morning. So I appreciate everybody being here. Again, we will send you the recording. I want to thank all three of our speakers. Everybody's contact information is here, so please reach out to them if you want any additional information. And also, if you have any ideas or anything else that you would like to hear as, that would be helpful for you, let me know. And we're thinking about doing, we've done this before, but I think in January, February, we're going to do one on hiring people that are justice involved. And so we can share with you if you hire someone that is in a program, what kind of training support they have, can go over federal bonding, tax credits, those kind of things. What's the right organization to assist you? Let companies know that you can say, yes, we're second chance friendly, but I've got hard nose on certain crimes, and these support systems in the community will make sure that they don't send you those types of individuals. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that. And thank you. We had 55 people register. Not everybody jumped on, but some people register and just get the recording. So I appreciate it and have a great rest of the day. Thank you. Thanks, Marvin, Adam, Kyle, Rachel.